Hi, my name's Mia and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a makeup tutorial on mum for Mother's Day. So if you are a mum and you are getting taken out somewhere special for Mother's Day, you can do this look for yourself. And if you're a kid slash child, you can do this for your mum and take them out somewhere nice.
They're always a child.
They're always a child, yeah, exactly. So if you want to see how to create this look, then keep watching.
So the most important thing when it comes to makeup is skin prep. So I started by making mum use the Clarisonic with the cashmere head on it, and she absolutely loves it. She found her skin to be just so soft afterwards. So yeah, she just really loved that. Just to kind of prep the skin, exfoliate. Then we're going in with serum and moisturizer just to make sure the skin is really well hydrated. So I'm using the Dragon's Blood, which is meant to be nice and plumping for the skin, and then we're going in with the Venom Day Moisturizer. And there's lots of different brands of like Venom Day Moisturizer night cream type things coming out, and the general gist is that the Venom will kind of plump up the skin a little bit with like a mild like little reaction. Then make sure you use some eye cream. We definitely don't want anything sitting into any fine lines and wrinkles later on. Then we're taking some primer. I love this one by Natio or Natio, however you say it. It's just their normal like illuminating primer. It's not too like glittery or shimmery. It's just like nice and hydrating, just like a light moisturizer almost. I find it very similar to the Napoleon one, very nice and calming. So that's why I'm using that one. Then for foundation for the base, I'm taking the Napoleon Perdis BBB cream, and I absolutely love this because it has amazing coverage even though it's only a BB cream. It only comes in 2 shades, which is a bit annoying, but at the same time, if you're like light to medium skin tones, it's going to be awesome. Very easy to choose what color you need. So yeah, I'm using the darker one on mum, and as you can see, it's like not crazy dark. It gives her a nice bit of color. I point out later on that I'm matching it to her chest, which is really important to note. She's very pale in the face, very tan in the chest, and I don't want to wash her out, especially since she's been sick, so we want to make her look, you know, nice and healthy and glowing. This foundation as well also has Stale's mucus in it, which is kind of gross, but it's really good for anti-aging properties. Yeah, mum really loves this stuff. I put it in her makeup bag that I made her, and yeah, she loves using it for when she does a base. She doesn't usually put quite as much as I put on her today. When she applies it with her fingers, it's a lot sheerer. And yeah, as you can see me pointing it out, it's a little bit lighter. Her neck is a little bit lighter, but it's matching to her chest. Then we're taking the Dark Circle Corrector from Natio, whatever it is again. You can see it's really nice and brightening. I'm really impressed with this. I've only used it a few times, and probably normally you'd want to take it a little bit more out on the outer corner, just to lift the eye a little bit, but I was awful setup that I had here, so I didn't quite notice that until I was editing this footage back. And then I took a little bit on mum's sunspot. So if your mum has any sunspot, or if you have any sunspots, a dark circle corrector will generally help brighten not only the eye area but any sunspots. Then I'm just taking a little bit over the eyelids just to kind of tone down any discoloration, and then I'm going to set it in place with some powder, and this is going to act as a nice base for our eyeshadow later on. So I'm taking the Anastasia contour kit, and I'm just taking the 2 lighter shades just to set around the eye area, just to prime our lids for our eyeshadow, and then under the eye area just to stop any creasing. You don't want it to be too heavy though, so only use a small amount under the eye area because it's very easy to make it look too dry. So yeah, just put a little bit. You can always like put on a little bit more later. For powder, I'm taking the Napoleon Perdis Camera Finish powder. I'm taking G3 because it has a slight green undertone as opposed to the other one, which I put next to it to show the difference, which is a more yellow undertone. This is going to tone down mum's remaining redness. Instead of packing on like extra concealer to tone it down more and then powder, I just used a color corrective powder just because I thought it would be, you know, just one less layer. I don't want her skin to look too heavy or anything. And I didn't want to go any darker with the powder since we've already gone like a little bit darker. But yeah, you can see it hasn't made it look green or anything, which is good. I didn't set the top of the cheekbones though, so I'm going in with a cream highlighter there just to give a bit of a glow. And this one I used isn't like shimmery, glittery, it's just like a nice healthy glow. Now for eyebrows, and this was Mum's favourite bit of the whole makeover. Usually her eyebrows are completely invisible. The only reason you can see them is because I tinted them 2 days before this. But yeah, I'm taking a brow powder. Usually I'll use on Mum like a pencil or a powder, just kind of whatever. Today I just used the powder and some brow gel. I'm just using like a light taupey shade because Mum's got grey hair. We don't want to use anything too warm. And I'm just mapping out the brow and I'm just slowly building it up. You don't want to go too dramatic with mature makeup because it can be very, very harsh, very aging. We just want to slightly enhance what is actually there. So I'm just going a little backwards and forwards, just lots of little hair strokes, just building it up nice and slowly and setting everything in place with a clear brow gel so it doesn't move around. Now when it comes to contouring, I definitely am not a huge fan of over contouring, especially my mum, she's 61 this month, so I don't want to do anything too harsh on her, but she has like a rounder face due to medication and everything, so I do want to sculpt it out a little bit for her, and I could have taken it up again into the hairline a little bit more. It was, the way I was set up was awful. So yeah, just definitely push it up, and then I took a little bit around the sides of her nose. Mum has a really cute round nose, but I wanted to put still just a little bit of something there just to tie everything in together. Then I'm using bronzer, and I'm just using a really light luminous bronzer. So just this one from Hourglass, it's really nice, luminous, it's nice and buildable so you don't end up going too crazy with the bronzer, which is something that can sometimes very, very easily happen. And I'm just swirling it everywhere. You don't want to be too specific. The sun doesn't hit your face in a strategic way. So yeah, just chuck it on there. Then we're taking another powder from Hourglass. I'm just setting the highlight on the tops of the cheekbones, and then I'm going through and highlighting just a bit on the nose, lip, chin, brow area, and then I'm taking a little bit of it as well just under the eye area, just because it needed a little extra powder to set in place the concealer. And it's nice and brightening, but with not being shimmery, so that's why I really like it. Now we're going on to lips, and I'm doing lips before eyes today because Mum has a lipstick that she absolutely loves, and I really want to match the eyes to the existing lipstick. So this is a good tip: if there's a lipstick that you love, you really want to wear, put it on before you do your eyeshadow, and then that way when you go to put the lipstick on, you haven't like overdone yourself, or you don't have to go back in and add more or whatever. I find that it's just way easier, and I don't have a clip of putting on the lipstick because my camera died, but you'll see the lipstick on in a minute. Then for eyes, I let Mum choose her own palette. She chose the Tartlette palette, which is a nice all matte palette. This is awesome for mature eyes because it's all matte, and you don't want to do anything too shimmery, too glittery, because it can draw attention to crepey sections of the eye, which we don't want. So yes, I'm taking just the base shade all over the lid, and the names in this palette are super cute. There's one even called like Super Mum. It's called Super Mum, which I think is really cute. So this would be an awesome gift for your mum if you want to get her an eyeshadow palette. Then I'm taking the medium brown in the shade, and I'm placing it all over the lid, and you can see I'm lifting up from the brow. Since Mum's lids are quite hooded, I keep, every time I go in, I lift in so that way we don't miss any sections on the lid where the lid folds over itself. So I'm just taking it all over the lid with just a flat brush, and you can see I'm patting it upwards so we don't have a super harsh line on the top, so when we go to blend it out later, it's a lot easier. Then what I'm doing is I'm taking a transition shade and I'm buffing that all through the crease, and then, helping then just diffuse that brown shade on the lid a little bit more. I'm taking a darker brown now, just a little bit of it, and you can see I'm angling it slightly up towards Mum's brow on the outer corner of the eye. And then what I do is I just bring it in. And see, Mum's brow drops a little bit when I get away from it. When I do her makeup, she lifts it, and I lift it more as well. So you want to keep going in between, like a relaxed eye and a taut eye, just to see that when your eyes are actually relaxed, the eyeshadow is sitting where you want it. And see, Mum just relaxed her eye, and I thought, I want to blend it up just a little bit higher now so that you can see it a little bit more. Then we're going in with some gel liner pencil, and I find that pencil is just way easier to use than like a pot, so that's why I'm using it on Mum, and I'm just applying the tiniest bit in between her lashes, and then I want to buff it out with a little other brush. So I just took a little bit of the chocolate, what am I saying, eyeshadow that I used before, just to diffuse and soften that liner, and then another fluffy blending brush just all over the lid again, just to make sure everything is soft and seamless and perfect. Then I'm going underneath the lash line. I don't like leaving it completely bare because it looks really, really heavy, and I don't like using like a brown or black eyeliner usually underneath because it can be very, very harsh. So I'm taking the darkest brown just a bit on the outer corner, then the medium brown just on a pencil brush just to smoke it all out. And then you want to go back, obviously, and make sure both eyes are the same. Very important. And I didn't highlight Mum's inner corner because, as you can see on the eye closest to us, there is a cyst there, so we don't want to brighten that anymore. But I also don't want to dull it too much. Now I'm just taking a dark brown onto the outer corner of the eye just to blend and make sure that the outer corner on the top and the lower both line up and match, because we don't want like a little gap there. We just want it to be nice and flawless and seamless. Then I'm taking mascara, and Mum freaks out when you're touching her eyes. That's why she's got such a funny face right now. And I'm just taking a little bit of a waterproof mascara, and then I'm going in with some fake lashes. And the fake lashes I use, I actually got a strip and I cut them into like 4 pieces, so they were really tiny because I didn't have any individuals on hand. Individuals are awesome because they're so much more comfortable. Mum's got like super sensitive eyes, so they just work really well for her. They're what I usually use, but I didn't have any. So yeah, if you've got a nice pair of natural strip lashes, you can just cut them up into little pieces, and they're a million times easier to use. Once the glue dries, just take a little bit of your dark brown eyeshadow over the glue just to make sure that there is none showing, and then that's pretty much it. Have a look and see. Isn't she cute? Anyway, I hope that you found this video helpful and you enjoyed it. Share it with your mums. If you're a mum, share it with your friends. Would definitely love some feedback below. Anyway, have a lovely Mother's Day.
So that was the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. If you want to see Mum in more videos, some more videos for like mature ladies, yep, for hooded eyes. If you want me to do like a specific thing, you know, like contouring for mature people, certain eyeshadow look, brow tutorial, whatever, you know, comment below, let us know. And if, you know, we get enough comments, then Mum might come back. If she wants. She might not, she doesn't have to.
I may be sacked too.
Yeah, I may look at the footage and be like, she can't come back, this is awful. So yes, don't forget to do those things. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any more videos. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya.